Okay.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to the Sales Copy Content Marketing Hacks podcast, number 77.
It's only the 77th episode, and Stu almost knows the name of
I
our
almost know it.
podcast.
Yeah, I have it written down right in front of me, too. Just
And
so I
that's
don't forget.
exciting. So today we're going to talk about being authentic in your marketing. Now, Stu, I'm just going to ask you, what does being authentic in your marketing mean to you?
Well, to me, I would say you kind of been there, done that, right? So you have a history of what you are selling. You have a history of maybe even a journey of your progression throughout the years of you doing something, getting good at that something, and being so good at it that now people want you to teach them how to do it. Progression. Or you've just been doing the same thing for 20, 30 years, or you're just good at something naturally. Sometimes people are just good at something naturally and they just start off as, can be pretty authentic, depending on what they're selling. If
Yeah.
it's a real pretty person, that person can go online and probably do really well, especially if they start, shedding clothes. They
Where the hell is this going?
I'm just messing with you. But no, it really, being authentic means you're genuine and you back up everything that you're saying with
Okay.
actions. You walk the walk, talk
Okay.
the talk. Yeah.
So to me, it says when you turn this on and off, did you turn it off or did you go,
We're
what
still
did you
live on
do?
we're still live on Facebook, and I
It
am
shows
recording.
live video interrupted, it says. Anyway.
Well, I'm recording on my end, so we're good.
Okay. So to me, being authentic means, I think to me, being authentic is all the things that you said, been there, done that, walk the walk, all that. But you also have to be able to tell your story has to back up why somebody should pay attention to you. In other words, it's not enough to have done it, but you have to be able to tell the story of your journey in such a way that people go, I want to follow this person. So you see people that are doing things that, I don't know, it sort of makes sense that they're doing it, but in other ways it doesn't jive, if that makes sense. It doesn't, in other words, even though they're doing it and they have a track record, if they don't tell the story the right way about where they've been, what they've done, it can either alienate people or it won't communicate the benefit or the big reason why people should pay attention to them. And so it's important for you to be able to explain your story. And that's why we a lot of times use the Epiphany Bridge story or the hero's journey story to explain that, because that answers the questions of why should I listen to you? Why are you doing this? And why should I give you money? Because it shows, okay, I was like you. I was I was lacking in some way. I went through a process to figure out how to get the result that you want. And then I was able to learn enough and help enough people that it made sense for me to turn around and create this product, create this course, create this coaching, create this software so I could help even more people. And I think that's the second half. So just like what you said, you got to walk the walk, you got to talk the talk, and then you got to be able to tell the story. Now, one thing like with you is you don't really toot your own horn ever. Your whole even your motto or the slogan for Heroes of Tomorrow is only the motivated find us, which basically means if you really want this, you'll start doing research and you'll trip across us. And if you really want it, you'll move to Maryland and live in an abandoned van body down by the river to be able to come train with us, 3, 4, 5 days a week. If you're serious about this, you'll live in an apartment with 8 other guys you don't know, eating ramen noodles and dumpster diving to be able to do this until you head off to Bud's Prep or whatever. And I think part of it also is that you also don't, it's that whole, you were raised in the generation that was like the quiet professional rather than the chest beater. Hey, look at me. So I think you were ingrained not to bang your own chest, but your results tell the story now. And there are other guys that tell the story of Stu and that kind of thing. So, but the story is still there.
Sure.
And
That
the
is
story makes
authentic.
sense.
Yeah. That helps with authenticity.
Authenticity.
Yeah. Another one is staying in your lane. I think a lot of people tend to diversify a little bit too much depending on what area they're in. So for instance, people have asked me, hey, why don't you teach, hand to hand or self-defense and shooting and stuff like that? I'm
Guns.
I mean, I love all that stuff, but I can do it, but I'm not good at it enough to teach it. And I realize that. Now, have I taught it before? Sure. But it's not something I don't think I'm good enough to teach it and market it as a good program to do. I focus on the fitness side of the equation.
Well,
There's a
part of
lot of different.
authenticity is also mastery.
Yeah.
And so you can, the old jack of all trades, master of none. Sorry, Jack.
Yeah.
Jack can go hang out with 1-inch Chuck. But the thing is, mastery in some ways is part of authenticity.
Sure.
But also you shouldn't stay in your lane so long that like you're the only one riding on that highway anymore. It's like,
Sure.
if you wanted to be, hey, I am the world's best video game champion at Pac-Man on the Atari 2600. Well, that's the 80s called and they want their video game system back.
Yeah.
That doesn't count. So you also have to know, you can develop a track record for figuring things out for your audience too. Like,
That's a good point.
I help these people, but I help them with changing technology, the changing world. I mean, if you look at my story, look at my path, I started out with ebooks and then we went to audio files or, MP3 files and playing MP3s over the web when everyone was on dial-up, which was a big deal.
Oh yeah.
Screen capture video across dial-up, figuring all that stuff out. Then full motion video, then membership sites, then webinars, then all these things. I mean,
Podcast.
my big thing was bridging the gap between where people wanted to be and the understanding of how to get there. So I developed a reputation as the guy who figures things out, but it was all done for an audience of entrepreneurs, info marketers, authors, people who wanted to create basically people who wanted to create content and sell it, digital download type stuff. Right. That was has always been my audience.
Yeah,
so
I did the exact same thing, but with fitness. And I stayed in my lane, but I evolved with technology.
Yeah.
So I think there's the two are the same. You can stay in your lane and evolve with technology and watch your business, develop with technology, because there used to not be social media. There used to not be podcasting. There used to not be able to, download large files.
Right.
So all of those things started to evolve and you just kept up with that technology, whether it was video content or, audio content, written content, still did the old school stuff, but you brought it to the new school. So you still stayed in your lane, you just evolved with technology.
Exactly. But also looking at different things, like that book behind you, that 101 best pyramid training workouts, that applies to any of your audiences. I mean, that could be the tactical guys, it could be the FBI Academy guys, the SWAT thing, the police, firefighter, all that stuff.
Sure.
So you've got your bubble of your world that you're known for, and you want to master within that bubble. Like if I were to try and come out with a fitness thing, I've had a lot of people ask, well, Jim, you got in great shape. Why don't you come out with a fitness product? I'm like, why in the hell would I come out with a fitness product? That makes absolutely no sense for me to do that. I tell you to go see Stu. Why would I do that? Same thing with, you know, I've had a lot of people say, why don't you come out with a gun, you know, something on guns or shooting? Because that's not my thing. And that's just not, yeah, I could do it to a certain level, but I'm not a master in that. It just doesn't make sense for me to do that.
Sure.
It doesn't make sense for me to partner with somebody on that. So it's not my lane. It's not what I'm known for. So I believe authenticity, like we said, it comes down to, have you walked the walk? You know, you can talk the talk, but can you walk the walk? Have you walked the walk to get results for your own self? Does it make sense that you have, you know, that your story, your real story makes sense and answers the questions of why you, why this, why now? And then I think the third thing is, have you proven, if you really want to be perceived as authentic, have you proven that you can get results for other people? That's where you go from this level to this level. Because ultimately, when people buy from you, they buy results. They buy the perception that you're going to be able to help them get results. So it's one thing for people to look at and say, oh yeah, well, you know, you got results for you, but can you get results for other people? And that's where you really need to go out there and prove that you can get results for others. And like with Stu's Heroes of Tomorrow, he trains these kids for free, and he experiments on them, figures out what will get them good results. And every once in a while he does something, he's like, oh, maybe we shouldn't do that again. We all got turf toe from doing this.
Yeah.
I think we'll stop
research
that.
and development section of my business. Yeah.
That's right. But I mean, he's always doing it, always getting that results. Now, you don't necessarily have to do it for free, but when you're first starting out, you can do it for free. And nothing speaks like results. I mean, if you look at like Russell Brunson in his Expert Secrets books, one of the things that he tells you is basically, if you want to become an expert, you got to go serve a bunch of people and help them get results. And you don't have to do it forever, and you don't have to do it for 1,000 people. All you need to do is take a handful of people and help them get results to the degree that everybody else would be like, oh, hell yeah, I want that. And by actually doing it, you can see where what you do is idiosyncratic for yourself versus do you have a process that somebody else can really use and get results from. So whether it's putting up a website or it's writing a sales letter or it's getting in shape. I mean, Stu pretty much knows when he sends out those workouts that if you do if you do what's on the list, you're going to get a good result. I mean, it's proven, but it's not just like he didn't just make up workouts. It's like he did the workout, then he did the workout with a bunch of other people, and then we see how they react. Do they bonk for the rest of the week because we made them do 1,000 burpees on Monday? Or do they have a little bit too much energy on Thursday, so we need to beat the crap out of them on Friday? Because Lord knows, why would Jim not be really, really tired by the end of the week? We can't have that. And, but I mean, it's the actual doing it. It's the practical experience with other people. That is the third leg of the stool for being authentic in your marketing, is that you can actually get results for others. And it's also the part of your marketing that's going to make you the richest with results, with getting paid, with everything, because people buy results. And if they look at your marketing and they see, okay, if that guy can get results and that one, they look like idiots. I'm smarter than them. I know I can get a result. I know I can kick some ass. So this is me. I'm in. Yeah, I'm getting it.
You know what I like, Jim? I like when I buy something, and what gets me to buy that item is that person has saved me a lot of time and effort in the journey itself.
Sure.
With techniques, with just lessons learned and learning from their mistakes. So they teach learning from their mistakes to me. I can't tell you how many times I have struggled through things on the internet, for instance, or web pages, and took hours to do. And had I just looked at this one YouTube video of some guy showing you, do this, and this, and I'm like, oh, damn it, that's what I should have done. Would have saved 6 hours.
I spent 2 hours trying to install a plugin in a piece of software the other day, and then I said, let me go look on YouTube and see if somebody, it was like a real obscure thing. Let me see. And I found this video that had 382 views in like the last 2 years.
Wow.
The guy showed exactly how to install this plugin, and I had it done in 30 seconds. And I was like, this is so dumb. Why did I do this to myself?
Yeah. So, but, you can save people that kind of time. That is when you are the authentic guy that can share those kind of experiences with your customers that saves them so much time and effort, from your own personal mistakes, or maybe mistakes you've learned along the journey.
And I think what also makes you authentic, to follow along with that, is when you tell people, hey, yes, I am at this level, but I am also still learning, and we can learn this together. I mean, one of the things with fitness, a big change in the last 6 years that I've been working out with you has been your invention of the mobility day. You weren't doing that 6 years ago when we first started out, and everybody was feeling like, why am I so tired on Saturday?
Life-changing.
And I don't know where you got the idea for it, but it's changing lives. And then you figured it all out, and then you wrote a freaking book about it.
I did.
And made money. So that's, letting people, it's people think if you're going to be an authentic expert or authentic in your marketing, that you can only wear the hat of the expert. You have to be completely and totally bulletproof at all times. And that's just stupid. Nobody knows everything. So there are 3 hats that you wear if you are truly an authentic leader. You have the expert hat, which is all based on what you've done. You have a lot of stories to share, not the boring old man stories where everybody wishes you would come on, hurry the hell up. And like really good stories.
Back in the day.
Yeah. Oh, geez. Okay. But you've got the expert hat. You've got the student hat, which is you're learning stuff all the time. That's one of my favorite hats to wear. When I'm like, okay, I'm going to go figure this out. I'm going to go, I see what somebody's doing, and I want to see if I can figure out how to do this.
Oh my God,
my own stuff.
this is amazing.
I mean, I spent hours figuring out how to get the little dancing gym thing going like that, because I was just like, dude, I got to figure that out. And I had a ton of fun getting that figured out. And then so wearing the expert hat sometimes, wearing the student hat, and then sometimes you wear the reporter hat, where you basically say, hey, look, this is what I'm seeing going on. This is what I think it means. But here's the who, what, where, when, why, and how of what I see going on out there. And you don't have to make a judgment about it at all. You can just say, hey, so like with Russell's Traffic Secrets book, if anything, I was the reporter when we were promoting that. It's like, hey, I read it. It's really good. I think it'll really help you, and I think you ought to get a copy of it. That was being the reporter. It wasn't being the expert. It wasn't being, it was sort of being the student too. But authentic means
That's good.
You're doing you're an authentic, genuine, real person that's traveling through life and helping people along the way.
And
ultimately is authentic.
You're staying relevant.
And staying relevant. That's good. Where'd you pull that one from?
I've said it a few times.
Because I know guys
Because I'm the old guy in this fitness world right now. You know, a bunch of
Yeah.
younger guys coming up behind me, but I'm staying
That
relevant.
probably bought your book back in the day.
They
Hey,
did.
you know, the first fitness book I ever bought was the Navy SEAL Guide to Fitness by Stu Smith.
But I'm staying relevant.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, but staying relevant, there are a lot of people that I've known along the way. If you say staying in your lane on the highway of life, a lot of these guys who will remain nameless pulled over on a rest stop 1,000 miles back, and they're because they didn't like the fact that the highway was bending in a way that they didn't like. They wanted to keep going east, but the highway is going north now. And so they stopped in the rest stop and they're waiting until the highway straightens itself out. It's never going to happen. It's always going to change. It's never going to change back. The principles never change, but circumstances and everything are constantly changing. So be a person of principle, understand principles. And, you know, like, just like in Stu's business, there are 5 principles of fitness. There's push, pull, abs, legs, and cardio. Those are the 5 things. Okay. But the world around those is changing.
Sure.
In the world of copywriting, you know, it's hook, story, offer, headline, offer stack, all these things of, you know, attention, interest, desire, action, calls to action, all these principles that never change, but the way they get implemented on different platforms and in different mediums change all the time and will continue to change. So that's part of staying relevant, is being able to apply principles to changing circumstances and changing conditions. Absolutely. That's key too. Wow, that's good, Stu.
Yeah, we can't pull that one out. Did well.
All right. Any other earth-shattering things that we want to share in being authentic in your marketing, or does that pretty much sum it up?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Okay.
I think that's good.
All right, cool. Well, we appreciate everybody being here, and we appreciate everybody who joined us live for the creation of this podcast episode. I know we had a little hiccup in the in the feed, so thank you for sticking with us. I think the recording will be good. So make sure that you check out the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks group on Facebook if you're not already a member. One other thing, you want to make sure that you head on over to copywritingsecrets.com. You can get a free copy of my book, Copywriting Secrets. All you have to do is just pay shipping and handling. It's amazing, and I know you'll enjoy it. So we will have and if you want some help with your sales copy, you can always go check out Funnel Scripts. Funnel Scripts is the web's #1 and best push button sales copy solution. Over 70 different scripts to help you to create everything from headlines to complete webinars. And definitely is your easy button for creating the copy you need for any of your funnels. So, Stu, I'm Jim Edwards.
Thank you very much. Until next week.
Talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye, everybody.